So module 2 lab 3 experiment, write a program for implementation of stop and wait. Actually stop and wait, it is in a protocol which is used to transmit the data between sender and receiver effectively. So first sender sends the packet to the receiver, then it waits for an acknowledgement from the receiver. Once it's received the acknowledgement, then only it will transmit the next packet. If it is not received the acknowledgement, what it means? Whether the packet may not received by the receiver end. That's what, after waiting some time, it has to resend the first packet. Again it has to resend the packet to the receiver. So that is called a stop and wait. So in this lab experiment, we need to simulate the behavior of the stop and wait program through the C program. So in this experiment, we are going to logically create the stop and wait protocol and show the output. First we see the output, how it's working, right? So we are going to simulate the behavior of stop and wait protocol. For this, first condition is the sender node sends one packet, then it waits for an acknowledgement. So after that, once the receiver sends the acknowledgement to the sender, then it has to send the next packet. So this is the condition. If the acknowledgement is not received, we have to wait for some time. If it is not received, then you have to resend the same packet, right? So that is the behavior we are going to simulate here. So first we are going to get, we are going to randomly generate the frame size is 10. That means 10 number of frames we are going to transmit over the network. The sender first send the first frame, second frame, third frame, fourth, fifth, sixth, up to 10 frames we are going to test in our network. So in this first frame it sends. So the data also we are showing is a random. Inside our program we are going to create a random value for the data, right? So next one is the waiting. So here once the sender sends the packet, it has to wait for some time, right? Whether it's for 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, right? So here I am having the threshold of 3 seconds, right? 4 seconds are there. If it is reached the 3 seconds, what will happen? So up to 3 seconds, the sender not receive the acknowledgement. That the meaning of this one is, if that exceeds the timer is 3 seconds, that means acknowledgement is not received. That packet has to be resent. In the first line, first frame, it sends the data, random data, then within a 2 seconds, it receives the acknowledgement. There is no need to resend the data, right? So in the second line, second frame, the data is 724. It is wait for 3 seconds. It not receive any acknowledgement, then it has to resend the data. In the next, so resending means again it has to resend the same frame, right? So that is second frame, data is also same 724, then waiting is 0 second, immediately it receives the acknowledgement. There is no need to resend, right? So this is the value here, 8th packet generated, it wait for 1 second, but it received the acknowledgement. There is no need to resend the data, right? So this is the behavior we are going to send. Once it's received the acknowledgement, there is no need to resend the data. Once it's not received the data, then it has to resend the same packet again. This behavior only we are going to simulate in the stop and wait protocol. Now we will see the coding part. Actually you have to include the include section stdio.h, stdlib.h, math.h, which are the header file you want to process. You have to include that one. In the main part, integer ij packet of 30. This packet of 30 is nothing but it is an array which is used to store your data value. Here in this output you can see the data. So each and every frame we are having the different data values. That data value is stored in the name of packet array, right? So next one is the f size. F size is nothing but here we are printing frame size equal to 10, right? So this is randomly generated by our program. Sometime in our program it will generate 10 frames, sometime it goes to 12, 13. What is the maximum value here we are fixing? F size equal to random mod 16 plus 1. That means random mod 16 means its maximum generated 16 number of random value. So apart from, so maximum it's generated the 17 values, right? So whatever number we want we can able to give, because it is testing, no? So whether you can give 10, if you want only the 10 frames means you can give it as a 10, but it is in a random. Sometime it's generate 10, sometime it generate 11 or 12 or something, but we are limiting by using the mod function. Mod 16 means maximum 16 values comes. So next one, just we are give the printf statement, right? So frame size. Next one is the data log. This is a data log. Next line is also the label, frame, data, waiting, acknowledgement, reset, right? This is just printf statement splitted with the tab function. So next, inside the for loop, for all the frames we have to check, the sender has to send the data, then it has to wait for the receiver acknowledgement, then if it is not comes, it has to resend the packet. So in this experiment we are not include the receiver part, only the sender part only we are simulating here. So in this first level packet of I, we are creating, first you take the for loop, I equal to 0, I is less than frame size I plus plus. So that means all the frames we are going to send the data. So next, in the first frame, packet of I equal to random mod 5. So this data value is also generated random. What is the maximum value of this random value? It generated as 1000. 0 to 1000 values it will generate, right? So next one is the, so what are the values generated? We are going to print, right? Printf $n d, that is now I plus 1. I plus 1 is nothing but data frame. So next value we are going to print the value of the packet of I, right? So next we have to print the how much time it has to wait for the acknowledgement. So here we are using some probability statics, right? So some packets has to take 1 second, some packet has to wait for 2 seconds, some packets has to wait for 3 seconds, right? So then only we can able to easily simulate the behavior of stop and wait. So first loop we are giving while j equal to 0, random mod 2 equal to 0. That means mod 2 is nothing but, so probability of 50-50, right? So once j equal to 0, then random means it will generate whether mod 2 means only 2 values are going to generate, right? So 0, 1, right? Maximum 2 values are going to generate. So probability is 50-50. So next what will happen? If it is success, it has to wait for 1 second, right? That means once it's crossed the 0, it has to wait for 1 second. Next you have to go for another one, right? You can give another one type. For example, it waits for 0, then you have to go to the next tab, then you have to wait for another 1 second. Next, if j equal to 2, random mod 2 equal to 0, and also j is less than 4. That one 1, 2, 3, 4. Maximum level is 4 seconds we have to wait. Once it's reached to 0, 1, 2, 3, then what will happen? We assumed that that packet is not received from the receiver. Then what we have to do? We have to resend the data, right? So for example, if you are going, if go to the inside means already half of the packet are sent to this loop. Next again we are giving some probability here, random mod 2 means again 50% probability it's going to enter into the 2 and 3. So again we are giving the probability for entering into the 4th level also. Right? So next one, see here, once if it is go here, if it is j equal to 4 means we have to resend the data, right? We have to resend the data, resending mod then I plus 1 of the packet. We have to print the resending. Here you have to print the acknowledgement is no, right? So then again go to the same loop. It's continued for up to the end of the frame size. If j equal to 0, that means if j equal to 0, then you have to wait for some time, then you have to printf t0. That is, we are going to print the 0 value here, then it comes out printf /t yes and no. We have to print, that means if it is go quit from that timer value, what we have to do, that is acknowledgement is received yes, then resend is no, right? So if it is exceed 1 2 3 means at the time only acknowledgement is not received, then you have to print the resending value. So once it's completed for all the frames, then it has to print the all the data packets are sent. That's it. Now I am going to run the program and see the output. Just go to the compile and run. So here you can see first frame send, the data packet is 4 signal, it's wait for 1-2 seconds, only 2 seconds, there is no acknowledgement is received, there is no need of resend. The second packet it exit 1 2 3, there is acknowledgement is not received, then it resending the data, right? So likewise it sends up to the 10 frames, or once I finish it will print the all the data packets are sent. So this is the program which is used to simulate the behavior. It's not an exact implementation of stop and wait, but in our practice purpose we are simulating the behavior of the stop and wait logically, right? So once it's wait for some time, if it is time exits, what will happen? We have to resend the data, right? So otherwise once it's set the received the acknowledgement, then we have to send the next packet. That logic only we are implemented in the stop and wait protocol.